All right, so I've been thinking a little bit more about what happened yesterday, and I was just trying to analyze the situation. And today I saw a video from Alberto. He was talking about being, doing, and having, and the difference between all of them and how they correlate. Um, he was basically saying you cannot have if you do not do, and you can't do if you are not who you are. Um, if you're not the person that needs to if you're not that person. Okay, let me explain. So basically, he's saying we are all educating ourselves. We are all, since we're birth, they're teaching us what to do, how to behave, you know, according to our mind, according to our brain age. And it makes sense. You can't teach rocket science to a 3 year old. So we have to understand that first, there's a process. They have to develop their brain and be ready for the message and educate themselves so that they can achieve. And that happens to us in throughout life. It's just that there comes a point in time where um, we are prepared to a certain point, but then we are let go. So it's basically just us. We're supposed to, keep growing, keep educating, but on our own. Many of us just stop. Um, he was saying how you can't run a marathon without having the physical condition, even though you know how to run. So there is a process when you are actually the person that you are, that you need to be, and you are prepared and have the tools to do. And then by default, you will have, because action has consequences. So if one and one is two, how can you do something and not get the results that you are expecting or you need to get? So basically, you just do the things that you need to do to achieve those things or to obtain the result that you want. But in order for you to be able to do them, you have to be the person that can actually do them. So I'm saying this because I was thinking about how different my reaction was yesterday. I had a similar problem a while back, but yesterday, I had the problem and I still had to work it out. I still had to solve it. The situation was very difficult. But guess what? I mean, I was just looking for a way to achieve it. I was looking for a way to make it happen. And but I was like, why did I feel different this time? Why was I okay? I mean, I was stressed, I was pressured, but it was different this time around. And I noticed that the biggest difference is I was not attacking myself. I was not blaming myself for what went wrong. I was not saying to myself, oh my God, you should have done this or you should have done that. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Um, you should have be prepared for this. You should have been doing better. Or, I don't know. Like I don't know what I would have told myself because I didn't. I was just like, okay, what's the next step? What can I do? Okay, this failed. What's my other option? Okay, let's go with that. Okay, this failed too. What's another option? Okay, let's go with that. So it was more of a process of let's solve the problem. It was more productive. It's like I don't want to get my feelings into this because they're not going to help. And regardless of what may happen, I still need to take care of things the way I need to take care of them. I need to do to get my result. So I can't do if I'm not the person that's going to solve the problem. If I go into a panic, if I go into mad mode, or if I just get generally upset, it's going to be harder to solve the problem. And I'm probably going to spend more time trying to calm myself down or just being mad and waiting until I just felt better to solve the problem. So yesterday I was the guy that could solve that problem. You know why? Because I took care of it. And I was it was still hard, but it worked out. I worked it out. I mean, I knew I had the tools to do it. I knew that blaming myself was not gonna work. So I never even it didn't even it crossed my mind like a couple of times like, oh my God, how could I have been ready for this? I should have done this or I could have done that. But it was like a fleeting thought. It was not like, oh my God, I'm so mad at myself. I always fail. I always do this. So that just lets me realize that things are changing for me. I'm changing. I'm not hurting myself so bad as I used to. And because of that, I think I'm getting better results in my business, in my life, and in general. I feel better. Um, and I finally was able to put my finger on it. I feel better because I trust myself more. I rely on myself, and I know that if it's if it's not to happen, it's not because of me, because I'm gonna give it my all. And if it doesn't happen, it wasn't meant to be, and there was no possible way for it to happen because I gave it my 100%. So I feel like I'm in a different stage of my life where I can move on and do bigger, better things because I feel like I'm better prepared. I'm not rushing through things because it's not like Alberto said in the video. It's not like, oh, you know what? I'm in fourth grade right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna be an engineer. You can't do that. You have a process. So I'm going through the process right now. I'm learning little by little, but I'm being more patient. And by being patient, I don't pressure myself as much. That doesn't mean that I stop. It means I'm still focused on the work, but I'm understanding that it's life. It's not necessarily my fault. I used to blame myself for everything, and I used to think that everything that was happening or not happening was because of me, because it was my decision. My Everything was under my control, and never, ever, ever in your life you will have control about on whatever happens around you or to you. What you do have control of is afterwards or how you react to that situation. That's the only thing that we have control of. Depending on how we react to it, then we have our outcome. So it could be good, bad, wanted result, unwanted, what have you. But yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to say how much better I feel about myself. I feel at peace. um I was getting a little comfortable because I've been achieving a couple of things, but that I caught myself on time. I'm like, hey, no, you can't rest. Now it's not the time. Now it's the time to go for a different goal. So that's why it's always good to be dreaming constantly, because dreams never stop, because life never stops. So it's always better to live through life with a goal in mind. I feel more productive that way. I feel more useful. I feel more oriented and better focused than just waiting for life to happen. Um, I'm gonna make another short video after this one. It's gonna be really short, but I don't want to include this here because I don't want to mix the subject up. But it's gonna be related to it. So yeah, I feel better. Okay.